Hey, how's it going? Wanted to go live today, talk about uh, talk about Martin Luther King Jr. Day coming up uh, in a couple days, and as I was thinking about this, I've been thinking about it, reflecting on it. Every Friday, I talk about dreams. I talk about how to achieve your dreams, the questions you need to ask yourself to achieve your dreams, and um, and as we're coming up this Friday, I how can you talk about dreams without mentioning Martin Luther King Jr.? I mean, his name is almost synonymous with dream because of his statement, "I have a dream," and he's taught us so much about dreams um, and so anyhow, it came up in conversation this week. I was talking to a person, a guy, um, in a public setting, and I had mentioned Martin Luther King Jr. Day coming up on Monday, and he made the statement. He said Martin Luther King Jr. Day doesn't mean anything to me, and Martin Luther King doesn't mean anything to me. And I was thinking about that statement and kind of reflecting on it. And you know, this is a white guy. I'm a white guy, obviously. The person who made this statement was a white guy, and um, and I thought, man, that is really unfortunate because I feel like Martin Luther King has meant so much to me, and uh, just to put myself out there, like I am so um, uh, I have a long way to go and a lot to learn on this subject with Martin Luther King and uh, anything with social justice. I have so much to learn, but I'm trying to learn. So that I'm just putting that out on the front end. So I might mess up while I even make this video. But um, as this guy that I was talking to made that statement that Martin Luther King doesn't mean anything to him, and I thought, man, but he does. He means something to me, and I think he means something to all of us. And I want to just write down some thoughts. So I just want to share some thoughts with you and put this out here on some things that Martin Luther King Jr. taught us with his life. And so here, just this is not exhaustive. These are just a couple of things I wrote down, some notes I made, and I want to share them with you. Number one, Martin Luther King Jr. taught us how to stand up for what we believe in without resorting to violence. That's huge. Any parents out there? I'm a parent of 5 kids. That's a huge message that I want my kids to learn. I don't care what color their skin is. I want to learn that. I want my kids to learn that. I want their friends to learn that. I want the people that I interact with, right? The people that disagree with me in life. I want them to have learned that lesson from Martin Luther King Jr. That you can disagree with someone. You can stand up for what you believe in, and you don't have to be violent. Um, so anyhow, want to say that, number one. Number two, he taught us all. He taught all of us to fight injustice of any kind, and that's something just in the last few years that I recognized. I put a video out a while ago called "My Brother's Keeper," and just recognizing that I am responsible for those around me. Like, yeah, I need to watch out and help out men, women, people around me of all different colors and different backgrounds, different faiths. Like, I need to be looking out for other people and have care and concern for them and stand up for injustice anywhere. He taught us that. Martin Luther King Jr. taught us that. I don't care what color your skin is. He taught us all that. Number three, he taught us how to put our differences aside and come together. He was a great bridge builder. He could get people together. I talk about leadership a lot. I mean, that's a number one indicator of a tremendous leader, is that you can get people together and behind a common goal. And that's one thing that Martin Luther King did in a fantastic way. He got people to back what he was about and what he was trying to do from all different backgrounds, all different faiths, all different colors. Number four, benefits. I'm talking about benefits or things that Martin Luther King Jr. taught us with his life, and why we should all care about MLK Day coming up in a couple days, and why we should all remember this day. So number four, he demonstrated what it means to die for what you believe in. That's powerful. That's powerful. That's so amazing that he gave his life. And if you watch some of the documentaries and some of the conversations he had leading up to his assassination, he he almost knew intuitively that it was coming. He knew that every day, because the build up to it and the the animosity that was coming against his life and his family on a regular basis for years leading up to this, he knew that his life was always on the line for what he believed in. And he demonstrated what it means to die for what you believe in. And man, we can all learn from that, right? We can learn from that and say, in what I am getting so worked up about, what I am is concerning me today, what is challenging me today, is that worth my life? Like what am I giving my life to? And maybe you're not actually going to die for what you believe in, but is it worth living for what you're believing in? And what you're doing with your life. I'm sorry, I'm kind of gushing. This is a little bit emotional, just as I was thinking through these. But is your life and the things that you're concerned with and the activities that you are building your life around, is that worth your life? Is that worth your life? Okay, I see your comments here, guys. Bring them on the camera. I don't think I can. They're on my computer. I'll put the notes in a comment below when I'm all done here in a minute. And just kind of put my 7 reasons why. But yeah, is what you're living for right now, is it worth dying for? And is it worth living for? Because you're giving your life to it right now. Whatever it is, you're giving your life to it. Number 5, he taught us to continue moving forward no matter how difficult or how bad things may look. He taught us to keep going forward. A quote, and I'm just going to paraphrase it here, but if you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. And that kind of goes back to the number 4 is whatever you're living your life for, is it worth giving your life for? Is it worth giving your entire life's energy and effort and this one life that we get to live? Is it worth giving your life towards? If it is, then do not be detoured. Do not be turned off course by a little opposition. Keep going. Keep moving forward. Maybe some opposition means that you're moving in the right direction. So he taught us that. Keep moving forward. Number 6, things that Martin Luther King Jr. taught us and why we should care about the day that we remember him coming up this Monday. Number 6, he taught us all that it doesn't matter what label society puts on you, what label the government puts on you, what public opinion or your worst enemy places on you. It matters what you believe about you, and it matters who God says you are. And those are 2 things that you can just look at the life of Martin Luther King Jr. and he was concerned with who God said he was and who he believed he was. And those 2 driving forces, I mean, I can't even imagine the government not recognizing me as a human or worthy of being like a whole person and that my opinion counted and that what I believed mattered, and having something as big and as daunting as the entire government saying that my opinion didn't matter. And Martin Luther King Jr. fought against that. He challenged that notion, that label that was placed on his life. He said, no, you're wrong. Because I know on the inside who I am and who God says I am. And your opinion and your label is not going to deter me from what I believe in and giving my life towards that. Man, I'm getting fired up. Number 7, he taught us how to dream. Fridays, if you watch my YouTube channel, you know this. Fridays is about dreaming. And we talk about dreaming. He taught us how to dream big, history-making, nation-shaping, people-liberating, significant, world-changing dreams. Significant because his dream didn't just affect himself. It didn't even just affect the people around his life or during his lifetime. His dream shaped history. It changed our nation. It made us a better nation. We are a better nation because Martin Luther King spent 30 some odd years on this earth. Can we say that about your life, about my life? My goodness. Did his life matter to me? Did it matter to you? Absolutely. Absolutely. And those are 7 reasons that I came up with and I wanted to share today. And there's a saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And if you feel like Martin Luther King Jr.'s life doesn't matter to you, maybe it has less to do with him and his life and more to do with you and your readiness. And so with that, I want to close with a portion of his speech, and I want to share it because it's just amazing. This is what he said in his famous speech. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the son of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, with its vicious racist, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and little white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed in the flesh. All shall see it together. Wow. That's why Martin Luther King Jr. matters to you. His life matters to you. And this Monday coming up matters to all of us. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you share that and that maybe inspires you, maybe educates a little bit. And I'll go ahead and post these, all my notes. I'll just put all my notes in the comments here below. Thank you guys so much for watching and giving the suggestions. Talk to you soon.